So right now, my life is not loud, it is quiet. How many of y'all can relate, right? Right now, my days are more quiet than exciting. So I wake up, I do my routine, that's starting my steps, that's reading my word. Um my life isn't always just exciting and fun, right? So a real productive day right now looks like waking up at 5:30 to 6 a.m., jumping on the treadmill, starting my day with steps, cardio, making sure I'm building up to those 10,000 steps a day, y'all. I'll get some water, right? Sometimes I'll grab my laptop and start working right off as I'm walking, sometimes not. And so I'm trying to balance my life with making sure I focus on me first, making sure I have that quiet, that reset. Some days I'll wake up and do like a 10 to 20 minute stretching, right? Yoga, something that'll start helping me feel better in my body, helping me focus on my day, right? Um, the way I used to define productivity before I calmed down and before I started just aligning with my own journey, stop comparing myself, I used to think I had to make a list of 10 things and check them all out. Now, I wake up, I look at what I have planned for the day, and I see if it aligns with where I really am. Sometimes I'll rearrange it, like instead of starting with a stretch or yoga, I'll just start quiet time. Sometimes I'll rearrange when I'm working on PhD stuff versus when I'm working on what I teach. And so it's just coming to the day fresh and just with that ability to adjust if need be, right? And so when I do this, I have to make sure that I keep boundaries, and boundaries often are spoken about from this place of making sure other people don't come in, right? But sometimes the boundary is with myself. Like if I say I'm going to do something and I put it in my calendar, I need to do that thing, right? Sometimes the boundary is I have notifications on my phone to let me know I've been on social media too long, or sometimes on YouTube it'll come up, hey, you need to take a break. Sometimes the boundary is just me making sure I do what I say I'm going to do. And so, one story that this made me think about when I was reading my Bible the other day was the story of Mary and Martha. And that's always pitted with this woman against that woman and blah, blah, blah. But honestly, you could look at it as you against you. Sometimes you may be more reflective, right? And sometimes you may be in productivity mode and you're like, I don't have time to take 20 minutes to stretch or breathe. I don't have time to do walking. I don't have time for this or that. I need to get it. I need to be I need to be producing. And so honestly, and I like that both of their names start with an M. It really can be Kim versus Kimberly, right? Kimberly may be more, for myself, maybe more like I need to get my work done. I need to be focused. Kim could be more carefree, more reflective, more contemplative, right? And so neither one of those stances are wrong. It's just, are you always choosing pressure over presence, right? Are you learning how to sit at the feet of Jesus, at God's feet, and just soak up? Are you learning to just take moments where you just breathe, where you just gather yourself? I call it like turnaround time. Are you giving yourself this space, right? When I looked at this story, I was thinking about um Mary and how she chose what was necessary for her, but not was what was expected of her in that culture as a woman at that time, right? And I also thought about how she didn't move with a sense of urgency, and often I found myself moving with this sense of urgency. Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, hey, get it, get it. But that get it all the time, right? It's stressful. It can be so stressful. Then I had to tell myself, stop getting it, honey. Chill, right? Anyway, peace can be productive too. That's something else that came out of this. Peace is productive. No, I was not taught this. I did not see this growing up per se. But sometimes just your pace, sometimes just taking those moments to start your day. For you, it could be a cup of tea in the morning, just 10 minutes. Just 10 minutes with that tea just calms you, right? Or coffee. I'll do either. I mostly lean towards coffee, but some days it's tea, right? It could be a cup of water. Do you just sit there and give yourself 5 to 7 minutes to just savor the water and let it soak in, right? So yeah, I just wanted to bring this encouragement to you guys, right? And just tell you that sometimes those boundaries just look like making sure you take 10 minutes a morning, right? Sometimes the boundary looks like doing what you tell yourself you're going to do. Sometimes the boundary is rearranging the day for it to fit what you really need and not fit this pushy agenda that you have, right? Where you just trying to get it done and you're pushing past your own needs. You guys, I push past my own needs too. These are lessons I'm still learning. These are things I'm starting to be more mindful to implement for myself, especially because it's so much going on. You can get caught up in so many different things. If I get on social media too early, I can fall down the rabbit hole of what's going on in the world versus maybe I needed a calm day. Maybe I needed a day where I didn't look at that first thing in the morning. Maybe I pushed that to the afternoon, right? Maybe not at night before you go to bed either, but maybe just somewhere, not morning, not night, but somewhere in the mid where you can still have time to process it out of your system, right? That's a different video for a different day because you can have a night routine where you take you a shower, you take time to just make sure that you breathe, you release the day. That's a whole different, probably like 5-10 minute little teaching, honey, because some days you really need to just actually every day. The time we're living in now, every day you need you a night routine. Maybe I should record night routine. Anyway, so what about you guys? How do you implement boundaries with yourself, right? How do you navigate not you being against you? I will see you in the next video. Have a good day.